Alrighty, welcome. And I got some questions here from other people and all that. I'm kind of camera shy and everything, so get this better for me and all that. Um, from the Phenomenal One 12, which is an RP, he asked, "Who is your favorite WWE wrestler?" Well, if my username doesn't say it, it's Brock Lesnar. Like, it's not. I wouldn't say it's not close, but Brock Lesnar, and then after that, it has to be Kevin Owens. And I just hope this triple threat match, I hope they do it with Dean and Brock, because they've been doing some awesome stuff on Raw. Here's another question he's had. He had about 8. What would be your dream match at WrestleMania if you were a wrestler? Well, if I could do it with anyone, it would probably be Stone Cold, because he was so good in the ring, and how aggressive he was. He was just amazing. If it was anyone else, it'd be The Rock or Brock, because I just loved all 3 of them, honestly. So any one of those 3. Alright, he said, who would I pick? Kevin Owens or Jeff Hardy in a match? It'd be Kevin Owens. I like Jeff Hardy as a singles wrestler. He's way better than Matt Hardy, that's for sure. So I'd pick Kevin Owens, but it would be an entertaining match, and hopefully here in the next year or so, if both of the Hardys leave, maybe we can both see them back in the WWE for their final run. Alright, he asked, do I like Tyler Breeze? I do. I just don't think WWE is going to do that good with him, honestly. But Triple H really likes him, so if Vince can get out of the way a little bit and let Triple H start doing stuff, I think Tyler Breeze will have a really good career. But WWE Champion, I don't know, but definitely Intercontinental US Champion sometime in the future. Alright, he said, has a WWE superstar blocked you? Well, not that I know of, but you can't really count CM Punk as one, but he's a former wrestler, and that's really the major dude that has blocked me, and I don't know why. I've always said good things about CM Punk, even though he left the company. Has a WWE superstar replied to you? No, but I've had former, like the Road Dogg, X-Pac. But I've had a lot of people retweet me, favorite me, and all that. I've got a good list of them, and I'll probably post them after this video on Twitter. Okay, do you want to see Rey Mysterio come back? I've heard that he's supposed to come back at least before SummerSlam of this year. Excuse me of that. I'd love to, because if you get him and Neville in a match, and Kalisto for the US Championship, I think that would be a fun feud to have. It would be pretty exciting, because all they'd be doing is jumping around, and there's nothing exciting than the light heavyweights like that. I call them light heavyweights because basically what they are. Alright, here's the last question. He said, what tag team do you want to return to WWE? Well, I've already went on the record saying the Hardys. But if there was another tag team that could come out of retirement, it'd be Edge and Christian, so I could see one more Dudley's, Edge and Christian, and the Hardys TLC just at WrestleMania. That would be probably that one match I'd be like, I definitely want to see. That's one of the matches. Alright, I got 3 questions here from War Eagle in one tweet, of course. War Eagle 041409. He said, "What would be your favorite match?" My favorite match of all time. See, I've been going back watching all the Raws and all that since I was little. I was a little kid back then. Favorite match I've seen? You know, it's hard. There's a lot of good matches. I will not lie. But I'd say one that was really, really entertaining. Phew, it's a hard one. It's really a hard one. I'd say one. It has to be with Shawn Michaels because Shawn Michaels. You know what? Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair WrestleMania 24. Um, I mean, most people maybe knew that Shawn was going to win, but if I tell you what, I could watch that match over and over and over again because it just told a really big story. And when you're a wrestler, you have to tell big stories, and both of them did an amazing job. And Shawn Michaels, when he had to hesitate that first time for the Sweet Chin Music because he didn't want to do it, that's when you knew it was that's real stuff right there. Even it was just an amazing match to me. And if I was you and you have the network, definitely. If you don't have the network, you're missing out because there's some amazing stuff on it, from Table for Three that you can watch. That new ride along Breaking Ground is my favorite thing. And Stone Cold's podcast, Swerved, they're coming back with a second season of Swerve, which is going to be amazing. And just some other stuff. I don't want to miss anything. Anything on there is pretty entertaining. Alright. Who deserves a push? They were doing good with Titus O'Neil, but then I don't like how they suspended him for that situation because said that he was just doing that to say ladies first for Stephanie to go, but they didn't know. He was just joking around, playing around, but he didn't know they were back on the air, which I understand he should have known, but but who deserves a push? I'd say I'd like to see since Ziggler, I'm not the biggest fan of Ziggler, but then I saw him at a live event in Chattanooga, and him and Tyler Breeze's match was probably I've went to 3 events in my lifetime. I think that was the best match I've seen at all 3 events. And I went to Raw, and that live event with Ziggler and Tyler Breeze was amazing. It was back and forth, and it was so great. Them two both in the ring, I could watch them fight every time. I say Dolph just because he's getting to that age that he's only got maybe 2 years, maybe 3 at the most. So seeing him would be great. I just wish I don't get why they had Titus O'Neil lose to Adam Rose. I like the Social Outcast, but I don't know. I think there's just something else more to that Titus O'Neil situation, but I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna come back to his last question later on, but I've got 3 here from Ben4589. Who do you think AJ Styles should face at WrestleMania? To me, it looks like his feud with Chris Jericho is going to go to WrestleMania. I think they might have a ladder match. Ugh, I can't talk right now. I think they'll have a ladder match like that. Should he win? Definitely. If he should definitely win his WrestleMania match if it's against Chris Jericho, because Chris Jericho's done a lot for the company. He even went over Fandango, and we know what he's doing. Like, at the live event I went to in Chattanooga just about weeks ago, Fandango got jobbed twice in a matter of about 30 seconds. So, not much to Fandango. So, Chris Jericho should definitely put AJ Styles over if they face. I think that's who AJ Styles should face. But he could face Kevin Owens. I don't know who else. Maybe Tyler Breeze if they push him. But I'd say Chris Jericho or Kevin Owens for sure. And that comes to Kevin Owens. Who do you think Kevin Owens should face at WrestleMania? Definitely The Undertaker. And I think he should beat The Undertaker, because if you're going to make another... He's already a top star in my opinion. But if you want to make that top star, you definitely want Kevin Owens to face Undertaker and have a very good lengthy match since it's WrestleMania and have him win. It'll definitely push him to the top, and I just think it'll happen. It should happen. Alright, and his last question here. Do you think Vince will change his mind about Roman Reigns after he got booed at the Royal Rumble again? Well, I think they set him out for failure when they had AJ Styles come out while Roman Reigns is by himself. Like, if they was going to do that, I think they should have had Rusev still in there, and then AJ Styles or Roman. I mean, one of them, probably Roman, to eliminate Rusev to make him look good, like when AJ's in the ring. I just think I don't think he should change his mind. Roman is pretty dang good and everything. I just think it'd help if either him or Dean would turn heel and they would feud. I just think that. And they've been teasing about it forever now, so it's about time for one of them to. And I hope at the Fastlane, I hope one of them been doing it, but one will turn heel, because they've been teasing it for months and months. Alright, from my dude here that I talk to, direct message sometimes, Butcher Jacob 1, I hope I said that right, I'm not good with names. He said, what is your favorite Daniel Bryan match? I'm bad for not doing this, but WrestleMania 30, I have not fully watched because I didn't get the network until after WrestleMania 31. Well, I actually used it from one of my friends, see him. My favorite match of his, I'd say it had to be John Cena versus John Cena at SummerSlam. That moment made it really, really good, and the way he did his finisher against John Cena, he did it with it looked so good, made it look so real, and I think it was just so good for him to win right then. And I'll definitely be checking out WrestleMania 30 here soon. I've just been busy watching all the other shows and everything, but definitely catching to that. Alright, and I'm going to come back here to War Eagle 041409. Who should be WWE Champion right now? If you want... There could be a lot of people in there that could be. Who should I think? I like Roman, but I don't think he's ready. Dean, he is great and so fun to watch, but I do not think he's ready right at this point. Now, here in a few months, I think both of them could be ready. After WrestleMania and all that went, I think they could be ready. I think Dean is more ready than Roman right now. But Roman is not far off. If I'd pick a WWE champion right now, it would be Brock Lesnar. Because he's that big name, and you saw his WWE championship run in 2013 to 14 and all that. Through 2014, he was the most dominant damn wrestler I've seen in my life. He was just so dominant. I mean, with doing John Cena like that, I mean, it was just, he was so dominant. And they had, if there was any way they put the belt off him, it'd have to be that Seth Rollins cash in, because other than that, I would not see any wrestler beating him one-on-one, honestly. That's the only reason I don't think he's going to win at Fastlane, because it's triple threat. But Brock Lesnar for sure. Two other names I would do, Bray Wyatt and Kevin Owens. Them two have worked their asses off. Kevin Owens especially, from doing that NXT and then coming and making that big debut. It was so good, and the Wyatt family is so good together. Even though I hate Eric Rowan, and Braun Strowman I do not like. Eric Rowan, I wish he would never wrestle, honestly. Every time he watches, I just look away. Like, I watch it, but it's one of those things I don't pay attention to. And when someone gets tagged in, I'll watch it. Like, I'll watch Braun Strowman, even though he's not, he needs to work better, way, way better. But Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt, them two, they're great. I love both of them. I mean, I thought when they teased Triple H and Bray, I thought Bray was actually going to win the Royal Rumble, like, for a moment. But I knew that Triple H was probably going to win it. But other than that, Kevin Owens, so great. Bray and Brock, I just don't see anyone else. I think Titus O'Neil, if he comes back after his suspension and gets the same push, I think he could be that really, I think he could be WWE champion one day, honestly. But other than that, I don't see nobody doing it. But there could be others, but not really. Alrighty, guys, that's going to wrap up the first edition of Team Lesnar Q&A or something like that. I don't know what to call it yet, but I'll figure out something probably after this video. But I appreciate everyone's questions, like, from this list down. And I'll catch you down the road.